I've always hated shopping. It was never an easy thing for me. If I want to buy something, I usually spend hours researching on every possible option before making a choice. I just put so much thought into what I buy. So when I spend 12,000 euros in these things this year, that's because I know they will bring many times more value in my life. And let me tell in advance, this video is not sponsored by anyone on the list. I wish it was, but no. To make it easier, I will categorize these purchases into 4 important areas of my life. So let's get started. For those who are new here, my name is Srijit, and in this channel, we talk about wealth, happiness, and sometimes my life. I believe being healthy is the most important thing in life. All of our so-called big problems, from missing the bus to the internet being too slow, will vanish in seconds if we get a serious health condition. Still, this is one area in our life we all conveniently ignore. I'm also guilty of it, but recently I've tried to be more conscious about it. And we all know that drinking plenty of water daily is key to good health. I knew this and I wanted to follow it, so I tried. I installed reminder apps, bought a Brita jug and kept it on my table, but nothing worked. I didn't drink until I felt thirsty. And there were even days when I survived with just a glass of water. Then I came across this product and it changed my drinking habits. This bottle cost me 20 euros, and for that small amount of money I spent on it, it made a significant impact on my life. In the book Atomic Habits, author James Clear talks a lot about how to build good habits. Much of the battle of building better habits come down to finding ways to reduce the friction associated with our good habits and increase the friction associated with our bad ones. And that's exactly what this bottle does. It comes with an easy open lid and a straw. Whenever I take a break from work, I click the lid open and take a sip. It also has markings on the side indicating how much you should drink at each hour of the day. Overall, I drink more and I feel better. Being a software engineer, I spend around 8 hours daily at my workplace. Now, add the content creator role and I am on my chair more than I am on my feet. And you know who is worried about this the most? My Apple Watch. It keeps reminding me to stand up every hour, and let's say the watch is not so happy with me. Sitting for long periods can be a major cause of back pain and could be bad for the back muscles and spinal discs. In short, not good. So I bought an ergonomic chair from a company called Ergotopia for around 250 euros and a standing desk from Flexispot for 275 euros. The chair has an armrest and back and neck support which helps with the posture. I try to work standing up most of the afternoon for at least a few hours, but I need to do this regularly. That's one goal for next year. Now, I am someone who has seen the inside of a lot of gyms and paid a lot of my money on membership fees. I get this motivation boost from time to time, which end up with me taking the gym membership, going there for 2-3 months, and then after that, only money leaves the home and I sit on my couch. Now, this has been happening for a long time and I wanted to make a change. I knew the benefits of working out regularly and I somehow wanted to do it. The problem was not taking the initiative to go to the gym. And the thing that was missing was the accountability factor. So I hired a personal trainer. I didn't need him to be good or do something extraordinary. I just wanted someone to make me accountable. Someone who can force me to get to the fitness room, and he does that and more. He knows his stuff, explains the concepts, checks my diet and make me do my best. I pay him around 125 euros a month, depending on the number of sessions I attend per week. But considering the fact that I'm still continuing it after 8 months, I would say it's mission accomplished and money well spent. Now, mental health is as important as physical health, but I don't think I gave it enough attention it deserved until last year. During the pandemic, I came across a meditation app called Balance. They had a 1-year free subscription and I used it well. But when the time came to renew it, I didn't do it. Then this year, I started listening to the Making Sense podcast by Sam Harris. He's one of the most eloquent and logical thinkers I've ever seen, and I enjoy listening to what he has to say. He strongly certifies to the life-changing benefits of meditation and has created an app for it called Waking Up. I tried it for 30 days and then took the 1-year subscription for around 100 euros. While other apps may tell you what you're supposed to do and how you should do it, this app also tells you why you should meditate. I know there is no need of an app or a paid subscription to meditate, but then there are certain things which we only take seriously once we start paying for them. And this is one area in my life I want to take seriously and no longer ignore. Now, when it comes to being more efficient with my time, I'm kind of crazy. Everyone's time on the planet is limited and I value my time more than anything else. So I will happily pay for those products or services that can bring more value to my life and help me save some time. And one such device is the Logitech Master Mx mouse, which I bought this year for 85 euros. To all those who are asking, what difference does a mouse make? It does. This mouse is faster and more responsive than any mouse I've ever used. And being the crazy person I am, I've counted my mouse clicks with an app on my Mac, and it's around 10,000 times in a working day. And it led me to this calculation. If physically clicking the button takes 50 milliseconds less, at 10,000 clicks per day, it will amount to 8 minutes per day or 40 minutes per week. And when we consider working 50 weeks per year, this will amount to 2000 minutes per year, 32 hours per year, or 4 full working days every year. It also has programmable switches and fast scrolling, and it just feels like an extension of my arm. I'm so happy with this mouse that I carry it everywhere and will hold on to it until it takes its last breath. My new MacBook is one of the most expensive purchases I made this year, and it cost me around 3000 euros. I know, it's a lot of money for a laptop, but for the amount of work it does, I think it's a fair price. This laptop is my second brain. My content creation, personal life, goals, travel plans, investments, everything runs through this. It's fast, it's efficient, and you never get to see this or this. My first ever laptop was also a MacBook that I bought in early 2011, and it lasted me more than 10 years and is still a fighter. Even though it costs me a lot now, for the value it brings and how long it will last, I think this will be an investment for the future. I'm always in search of new things to learn. Through books or blogs or podcasts or even movies, getting to know new things that can make me think is kind of a dopamine hit for me. And a major source of information for me are books. If you can develop one habit for life, I think it should be reading. Books are highly undervalued for how much life-changing information they provide for just $5 to $10. I am not a big reader. I just read for 30 minutes daily, but I make sure that I do this regularly. And I think that alone accounts for any success I've had and any intelligence I might have. And for most part of my reading, I use a Kindle now. With Kindle, I can highlight specific areas for future reference, and naturally ebooks result in fewer dead trees. And reading on a Kindle makes the whole process easier and more comfortable. I was using a Kindle that my friends gave me as a birthday gift, but recently I upgraded to the signature edition for around 150 euros. And considering the millions worth of information I get from this, it's a 10,000x return on investments. When it comes to video content, YouTube is my go-to place. I get most of my news and information from YouTube. And this year, I took the premium subscription. And if you are wondering, who pays for YouTube? It's free. Trust me, it wasn't an easy decision to start spending that $12 per month on something that was free. I consume a lot of content from other content creators on YouTube, and having an ad-free experience makes the whole thing pleasant. And for me, now there is no going back. Readwise is my information collector. I may read 1000 books or 10,000 web articles, but if I can't recollect what I read and make use of this knowledge later, then there is no point. Capturing information is just the first step. Ideally, we need a system for transferring what we read into meaningful action, like a workflow. And that's what Readwise helps to bring. You can think of Readwise as someone who walks with me all the time, note down everything I throw at it, and then sort and document it in a nice clean way for me to refer later. For example, when I read a book on Kindle, if I come across an interesting quote, I will highlight it. Readwise has integration with Kindle, so it automatically ends up in my preferred note-taking app, Notion. Readwise acts like an information highway, and I use the Pro subscription, which costs me around 77 euros per year. Now, life is not all about productivity and learning. I am someone who travels a lot, likes visiting new places and having new experiences. So a major share of my yearly expenses goes into traveling. Although the last 2 years were kind of a low period due to the pandemic, the good old times are slowly coming back. This year, I traveled to Miami and from there to the Central American country Nicaragua and watched one of the most beautiful sunsets I have ever seen in my life. Then in summer, I went to the beautiful Amalfi Coast in Italy. And by the end of the summer, I went on a road trip around Austria and Croatia with my sister and family. And for Halloween, I visited Romania. Roughly, I spent around 7,500 euros this year on my travel expenses. I normally don't talk much about my personal life on this channel. So if you have watched until this point, then a big thank you. I hope you got some value from this video. And if you want me to make more similar videos, then comment below and think of subscribing to the channel. Until I see you again, take care and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.